I'd like to thank Little Steps for allowing us to give you an update on our drug ASP0367, currently in development for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And I'm Gerard Marek from Astellas Pharma Global Development in the United States. Disclosures, the drug I'm going to be talking about, ASP0367, was developed by Bridge, which was acquired by Astellas in 2017. And ASP0367 is an investigational drug, and the safety and efficacy of this drug has not been established yet. There's no guarantee that ASP0367 will receive regulatory approval or become commercially available for use, and the use is being investigated. And in this talk, I'm going to be talking first about mitochondria as being an important part of muscle cells. And then mitochondria essentially make the energy that your cells need to survive. I'm going to be talking then about ASP0367 as an oral investigational drug. We're testing whether this drug may act inside the muscle cells to increase the mitochondria's ability to make energy for the cells. And then I'm going to be talking about the phase 1B clinical trial that is going to be opening soon at sites in the United States. But first, I'd just like to say a few words about Astellas. Astellas was formed in 2005 from the merger of two Japanese pharmaceutical companies, Yamanouchi and Fujisawa, and it's headquartered in Japan, and has growing expertise in emerging areas discovery research, including a focus area approach, such as in mitochondria. We take a science-first approach, focusing on the best science, trying to empower the best of talent to pursue it, and the best locations. We have a broad pipeline focusing in areas of oncology, urology, nephrology, as well as immunology, where there are high unmet needs. We're a top 25 global pharmaceutical company with more than 6,000 employees and over 2,000 working in M&D. Yearly revenue around 11.7 billion globally, and about 16% of our sales revenue goes back into research and development. So back to the focus of the talk for mitochondria. Shown at the top is myofibrils, where the mitochondria are found inside the muscle cells. And the picture on the right side is essentially like an electron microscopic view of a mitochondria. Mitochondria are small parts of the cell that have a very specific job. They turn the food that you eat into energy that the cells need to survive and do work. There are special pathways that regulate how active the mitochondria are, how they use sugars and fatty acids that are broken down from the food that you eat, and also how many of the mitochondria are present. Dystrophin, as you well know, is a protein inside your muscles that works with other proteins to help keep your muscles strong and protect them from injury. When your muscles don't have dystrophin or have a mutated dystrophin, your muscles get damaged and calcium leaks inside. This weakens the mitochondria. Damaged mitochondria can't use fatty acids properly. And when this happens, your muscles tire easily, and we can't repair injuries from this use, and they can get sore. So ASP0367 is what we call a small molecule that's being investigated to determine whether it can turn on the PPAR delta pathway. This PPAR delta pathway regulates mitochondria by turning on different genes in the cell. And when this pathway is on, the mitochondria are able to use fatty acids more often, and also more mitochondria are made. And using more fatty acids allows for more efficient energy production as well. So all these things make the muscle cells happier in essence. So what I'm going to talk about now is this first phase 1B study. It's a study to assess the safety, tolerability, and preliminary efficacy of ASP0367 in pediatric male participants with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And the clinicaltrials.gov number is NCT 04184882. And I'm going to be talking about a phase 1B trial that's a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial. The primary purpose is to evaluate the safety and tolerability of ASP0367. The study will also evaluate how the body processes the drug and how the drug affects function, for example, in an arm cycling test. Trial sites are opening now across the United States, and you can follow the progress of this trial in www.clinicaltrials.gov. So this is a diagram of the study. There's a 4-week screening period, and then followed by 12 weeks assignment into either active ASP0367 or placebo, where you're not receiving the active drug. And there's a 2-week period on low dose and then a 10-week period on high dose. And after this low dose period, we're looking at the effects of food as well. And after this 12-week period, after evaluations that are done at the end of 12 weeks, all the participants in the study will be allowed to have active ASP0367 for an open label period of 12 weeks. And then there's a 4-week follow-up period. And for the current time, obviously in this era of the COVID-19 crisis worldwide, the pandemic, we've instituted a number of safety measures to minimize risk of infection with coronavirus. About half the visits we've been able to eliminate and convert them into home healthcare visits. In these study visits, we're collecting safety lab measures and also some pharmacodynamic measures that can be performed in the subject's home. Unfortunately, we're not able to eliminate any more of the visits than about approximately that. And also, we're looking at exposure risk assessments where the study doctor asks about the family's work and travel history to assess your recent and potential ongoing heightened risk to coronavirus. And then finally, we're looking at eligibility criteria as well for people who might have been exposed due to recent travel, certain types of work, or having people near infected with the coronavirus. Hopefully, with the vaccines coming forward, this pandemic will be dealt with in the coming year. But these are the measures that we're putting in place now to try to minimize these issues. So who can participate? Currently for this study, it's just boys ages 8 through 16 with a diagnosis of Duchenne muscular dystrophy, taking stable doses of corticosteroids and any potential stable doses of any cardiac therapy as well. But subjects that have some trouble walking quickly as assessed by a 10-meter walk test. So for this initial study, we're looking at patients with or late ambulatory or non-ambulatory, but also subjects must be able to move their arms at least to the shoulder heights. And we have a number of exclusion criteria, such as acute illness or not being healthy enough for the study, having heart problems in terms of cardiomyopathy with a too low ejection fraction, or problems with electrical conduction in the heart, or high levels of cardiac troponin on lab testing. And also, if you have certain types of drugs in the last 4 weeks, you won't be allowed, as well as having kidney or liver problems. Or if you've recently received an investigational drug or ever taken exon skipping or gene therapy. When we go to phase 2, some of these things, such as in terms of exon skipping or background gene therapy, may be modified a little bit. What happens at these study visits? Your general health will be assessed by the study visits by blood and urine test, heart tests such as ECG and echocardiogram, breathing tests such as pulmonary function test, how you move your body such as the arm cycling test, performance of the pull, 2-minute walk test, and other tests. We'll be looking at how the body uses the drug, how you feel and think, and then also for some of the sites, we'll be looking at your muscle structure, looking at magnetic resonance spectroscopy as well. And so in terms of how you can learn more, you can visit the www.clinicaltrials.gov and search NCT 04184882 for more details. And you can follow along the progress of the sites when more sites are added and when we also finish enrollment in this study as well. So thank you very much for listening. If you have questions for us at Astellas, you can contact us at astellas.registration@astellas.com, and you can also contact us at the email site and the phone number that we listed in the previous slide. Thank you very much.